Okay, so it's Christmas season. This is my favorite time of year, and I'm such a fan of Christmas music. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that every year around this time, around Thanksgiving here in the US, I put out a new Christmas song. And I think this is my 13th, maybe 14th one. I don't know. It's been a lot of them. There's been a lot of them. If you'd like to see the other ones I've done, you can see them all at activemelody.com. There's a Christmas category on that page. So just go there and browse, and you can browse through all of them. So this week, we're going to do, for this lesson, we're going to do Angels We Have Heard on High. I love this melody. It's just so beautiful, and it's so simple. Simple chords, simple melody, and it's the simplicity of it, which to me is just what makes it so pretty and so memorable and beautiful. And so, so we're going to break this down note for note. In this video, I'm going to go through all the lesson material. If you'd like to get the extras for this, get the tab PDF file, and also get the on-screen tab viewer, which has video and tab on the screen at the same time. It's interactive. There's no talking in it, so you can loop sections, you can slow down the playback. There's a lot of nice little tools in that can help you learn. So you can get that and the PDF file as extras for this by going to activemelody.com and doing a search for ML127. Okay, so we're going to be playing this fingerstyle. Now, I don't want that to run you off because fingerstyle is good for you. If you're not a fingerstyle player, this would be a really good one to get into because it's not super complicated. And then we're going to make it super simple and methodic. If, however, you're resistant to doing fingerstyle, you can do this with a pick. Let me just demonstrate what it would sound like. You can strum this with a pick. So you can do it like that. You know, it's a little more difficult with a pick because you can't isolate strings like you can fingerstyle. I think fingerstyle makes it easier. Plus, fingerstyle, you can do these little flourishes. We're going to be playing this in the key of C. So C is our one chord, and believe it or not, these chords, for the most part, are going to be C, F, and G, like 1, 4, 5. And so it just goes to show you that if you're interested in composing, you don't have to be complex when it comes to, you know, writing a song. Keep it simple. This is a great example of that. So here's the first time through, we're going to play it straight and simple, just like this. So what I'm doing, I'm starting with a C chord in first position, and my fingers line up this way. So my ring finger lines up over the first string. Let me kind of tilt my angle there. My middle finger goes over the second string and my index finger over the third string. That's kind of the strings that these fingers are assigned to. Now my thumb is free to move amongst the fourth, fifth, and sixth string. My thumb is my bass player, so it's going to hit these low notes. Now these fingers can move. They're not always locked in. There will be times where I'm going to move my hand so that my ring finger is over the second string, middle over the third, and so forth. But anyway, that's the general sort of layout for how we're doing this. And this first chord, the C chord, we're going to start with that. And we're going to start, and the melody line happens on the first string, that E string, and it's going to go. Right? You can hear that melody, all played on the first string there. So we're going to start with a C. I'm going to hit that twice. And notice when I do that, thumb is hitting the fifth string, and then we're hitting strings 1, 2, and 3 with these fingers. And then we're going to go to an A minor. Notice the melody line stays the same though, that E. So you got, okay? And then while the A minor's ringing out, my pinky comes to the 3rd fret first string, and we hit that G note, and then I leave my pinky, my fingers reposition down here and make a G chord. We play a G. Now when I played that G, my thumb hit the 6th string now, that low G note, but these 3 fingers are still playing strings 1, 2, and 3 like this. So let's back up from the beginning. We have, right? Pretty simple so far. If you can do this, you can do the rest of it. Then, to get us back, we're going to do that. So after we play this G chord, I'm gonna, with my index finger, I'm gonna play the 1st fret, 1st string, and then a C chord again, like this. So when you put all that together now, we have You can already hear the melody taking shape with the chords underneath it. Okay, so now the second time through, we're going to play this. Okay, let's look at that. So we're back to our C chord, and now this time when I'm playing it, I've got my middle finger and my ring finger playing strings 1 and 2. Just those top 2 strings. My thumb is still on the 5th string. So we have this, that sound. Then we're gonna go to this sound. Now notice what happened here with my left hand. I switched to a G chord, but I've got my pinky playing the 3rd fret 2nd string, hitting that D note. So instead of me playing on the 1st string, I'm on the 2nd string. And also with my right hand, my middle and ring finger are playing strings 1 and 2 now. Now you could have just done that with your middle and index finger. I just noticed my hand sort of shifted like that to hit strings 1 and 2 with those fingers. That's really a preference thing. You could do it either way. But for some reason that just felt more comfortable to me to use these 2 fingers, middle and ring, on strings 1 and 2 for the C, and then 2 and 3 for the G. And then we go back to the C and use them again when we go back to the C. So we have, notice the thumb switched from the 5th string to the 6th string. So let's just go from the C to the G and then back to the C, like this. Isn't that pretty? Now we're gonna go, that's the next thing. That's an F. I'm playing it like this, where I've got my index finger on the 1st fret 2nd string, middle finger on the 2nd fret 3rd string, ring finger on the 3rd fret 4th string, and then I've got my pinky on the 3rd fret 1st string to play that melody line. So when you play the F like that, and play it with the other chords, it sounds like this. Now notice I used middle finger and ring finger again on strings 1 and 2, with my thumb hitting the 4th string now to play that note for the F chord. That'll be my bass note for the F. So we have, and then after that we're gonna go back to the G chord, but with my this D note here, my pinky on the 3rd fret 2nd string. And when I play that, I'm playing strings 1 and 6, pinching them with these 2 fingers. And then I'm gonna put my index finger on the 4th string and go like this. So it's 4, 3, 2. So it's like this. And then we're back to our C. So G to the C. See what's going on there? So it's that open E note is ringing out with my G, which gives it really a G6 sound. And then back to the C, where we're now pinching strings with my ring finger on the 2nd string and my thumb on the 5th string. And then we're gonna play 4, 3, 2. All right, so let me back up from the beginning now. We'll play all of this up to that point. Let me tilt my angle so you can see my right hand here. So we have, okay, so now we're going to play the same thing, same chords. Left hand looks exactly the same. The right hand is going to play a little bit of flourishing of those chords. So we're going to go. And so all I'm doing, I've still got my fingers lined up the same way. Ring finger over the 1st string, middle finger over the 2nd string, index finger over the 3rd string. And when I started that, I'm playing strings 1 and 2 while I hit this 5th string. And then my index finger plays that 3rd string. So you're going like this. Look at that with the right hand. It's 1 and 2, string 3. 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2, 3. So notice the bass walk down. And so we're still playing the same melody, but I'm keeping that little cadence going with the right hand. And then to the G chord, I'm just gonna arpeggiate it. 3, 2, and then to the C chord. That's 3, 2, 3. So it's okay, so now we're gonna play same chords with the left hand. We just have the little flourish thing going on with the right hand. So it's strings 1 and 2, and then index finger on the 3rd string. So we got, and then you got your bass on the 5th string. So that's your C. And then when we play the G, I'm gonna play the G with that D note there, my pinky on the 3rd fret 2nd string. But I'm only playing strings 2 and 6, like that. Middle finger on the 2nd string, and then index finger comes and hits that 3rd string. So we have like this. And then back to the C, and then back to that F, and then to the G again. Same little arpeggio we did the previous time. Let me do this at an angle so that you can really see my right hand here. Okay, so now we get to the chorus of the song. This is the part that's so pretty, the part where you sing Gloria. And so what I'm playing for the melody, I'm using that same C with the G on that 3rd fret 1st string. And then the song goes to an A minor, but I had to play the melody, which goes, right? So how am I gonna do that if I'm playing an A minor here? Well, I can't. So I have to find another A minor. This is the beauty of the fretboard. So you can find A minors all over the place. So here's my C, and I know I've got to come up to here for the next note. So I have to then find the melody note and then ask myself, where's the nearest A minor to this? Oh yeah, there's one right here, right? There's an A minor if I were to play all 6 strings. It's the same as your E minor shape, but we're barring up here on the 5th fret. Well, I don't need to do that. For one, I've got the open A string, just one of the nice things about the tuning of the guitar. So I've got that 5th string open, that's nice. So then all I have to do to play the A minor triad is just bar here on the 5th fret. And it's got the melody note in it. So how cool is that? So I can go C, A minor, and then I can play down the melody like this. So after I play that, my pinky comes to the 8th fret 2nd string, 6th fret 2nd string. Now I could come here, that's where I'm supposed to go, that's the note, right? That E note, right? So it goes like this. But the next thing I'm gonna play is the D minor. And so I looked at playing the D minor here, and I was gonna do that, but that gets complicated because then the melody, was harder to play here. So and this will totally make sense as you get into this. So I played a D minor in 1st position so that I could then go to the G and then to the C. So it makes sense to come down here and be in this position for that D minor. But how am I gonna get from here down to there smoothly? So we have the A minor, and then the melody line. Well, remember, this is an E note, right? So this note here, 5th fret 2nd string, I don't have to play it there. I could play the open E string. When I play an open string, it allows me a little bit of flexibility. I can take my hand off the fretboard and reposition it. So that's what I did. I played, and then came to the D minor. See how, that's one of the little things you learn as you're composing on guitar. You'll learn where your open strings are. So if you're having a hard time getting from one position to the next, always figure out how you can work in an open string. Even if it wasn't a note in the melody line, maybe it would be something that I could kind of work chromatically in somehow and just work sort of a clever way in. So C with a G up here on the 3rd fret 1st string. And when I play that, I'm using that little embellishment. So I'm going 3, 2, 3 with my index finger, middle, index. So like this. And then to the A minor, to the open E, and then the D minor. And then we're gonna go 3, 2, 3. Again, I took my hand off the fretboard because we're about to go to the G chord, right? So I just hit the open G string. I could have played it like this, but then I'd have to quickly jump into that G. So it's just easier to go, right? So let's take it from the C. Then we're going to the G, just a standard G. And the melody line goes 3rd fret, 1st fret on the 1st string, open, 3rd fret, 2nd string. And I'm just doing that around this chord. I'm just kind of keeping the chord there and letting my fingers kind of dance around that melody. Then we go back to the C, right? And then the next thing is that F. And when I'm playing the F this time, I'm playing it like this, where I bar the first 2 strings on the 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd string, 3rd fret, 4th string. And then play just strings 1, 2, 3, and 4. But then listen to that melody line. It goes. So after I play the F, I'm gonna lift my index finger and play open, pinky on the 3rd fret, 2nd string, index finger on the 1st fret, 2nd string. So let's back it up from the C. And then we go back to that G with my D down here like this. And what I had to do to make the timing work out was this. So I played strings 4, 3, and 2 with my index, middle, and ring, like that, and then my thumb was on the 6th string, and then ring finger hits the open 1 string, and then we go back to the 2nd string. So when I went back to that 2nd string, this time I used my middle finger so that I could play that G note right there, that open G note, which is part of the melody line. So it goes like this. Watch my right hand. And then after that, that note right there, 3rd fret, 4th string, which is the flat 7 of my G, like a G7. And that pulls me into the rest of the chorus. And that pulls me back into the rest of the chorus, which is C, G, C, F, C, G. Okay, so now we're at the part in the chorus where the vocal is singing in excelsis Deo, Latin. And so this is what we're playing for that. Notice the chords. It's C, G, C, F, C, G. But watch the right hand. So we start with our C, and we're going to play strings 2 and 5, and then index finger comes down on the 3rd string. We're going to do that same thing when I play the G chord. But notice when I'm playing the G chord, I've got my pinky on this 3rd fret, 2nd string. So I hit the that open G string again. So put them together, we have. And then we're going to go back to the C. And notice this time I'm up here on strings 1 and 2. So let's back it up. We have. And then we're going to play our F. And then we go back to the C, strings 1 and 5 now. And we're going to play 4, 3, 2. And then we go back to the G, and I play the 2nd string and the 6th string, and we play 4, 3, 2. So backing up from there, we have our C, G, and then we have our C again, our F, back to our C with an arpeggio, G, little arpeggio here, and then we repeat the chorus. So we have there's the 7, And then back to our... And then we end on the C. And that final time, I played the G, lifted my pinky there, and then to the C, then I played a F, and back to a C, little 1, 4, 1, which you hear in a lot of gospel type endings. Another thing you could do is play the 1, the 4, and then the 4 minor. That's another ending that's common in the church. All right, so that's Angels We Have Heard on High, and hopefully I made it through pretty close to what I did in the intro. The truth is, I play it a little different every time I recorded it. I did it several times. I would do something kind of different, and I'm trying to be very consistent because I know how it is when you're trying to learn something. You want the gospel. You want to know exactly what to do. But the truth is, when you're playing this, when you get to a certain level, which you will get to, you'll do it maybe a little different. Maybe you'll throw in a little different timing or something. Or if you might happen to bump strings 2, 3, and 4 instead of 1, 2, and 3 or whatever. That doesn't matter so much. I mean, it depends on the situation. If you're missing the melody, then it does matter. But if it's like a little flourish or something, that's okay. So don't make this something that just, you want to pull your hair out. Just try and get the gist of that melody. I mean, you can do that very simply. I mean, and you can start off simple and you can add your own cadence to it. You could do, change it up if you want. Once you have the melody down and understand how to, do the left hand and understand where the melody is and where those notes are, you can start really exploring and going in different directions with it. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this, and remember to check out the Christmas section I have at Active Melody. I have a whole bunch of other Christmas songs. Some of them have jam tracks. A lot of them are standalone compositions like this, but there'll be a lot of variety. So if you're looking for some other Christmas stuff, you might want to check that out. All right, if you've got any questions, let me know. If you've got any breakthroughs or just really enjoyed this, let me know that too. I hope everybody has a great holiday season this year, and we'll see you next week for something new.